Welcome to Park Hopper Society, a place where we discuss all things travel and theme parks, a little bit about life, and a lot about Disney. My name is Gary, and I'm joined by my two fellow hoppers, Britt.
Hello.
And Aaron.
Yo.
In today's episode, we'll discuss recent Disney price hikes and play one of our favorite games, Pass or Stay. So without further ado, let's get hopping. Anytime you bring up going to Disney to the casual Disney fan or non-Disney fan, or really for that matter, the die-hard Disney fan, at some point in the conversation, it inevitably turns to how expensive it is to go to Disney. Earlier this year, the Wall Street Journal wrote a pretty scathing review of the cost of a Disney trip. They were kind of insinuating that Disney was just getting too expensive for most American families. And effective October 8th, Disney rolled out their annual price hike. This includes price increases for tickets, food, annual passes, and the discontinuation of the Magic Band discount for hotel guests. So, begs the question, is Disney World getting too expensive?
Yes.
Did it apply to Disneyland as well, or just Disney World?
The Disneyland as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I probably should have made note of that, but
Now we have.
And I would presume all the Disneylands.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I'm just assuming
that's
Abu Dhabi?
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works with other
I don't either. I'm just
outside
assuming.
the country. Yeah.
I'm assuming that like Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Hong Kong, and Shanghai. I don't know about Tokyo. Because
I don't
again,
know.
Tokyo is a licensed park.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Abu Dhabi. Granted that doesn't exist yet, but it'll be under the same concept, format,
Right.
idea, whatever.
Yeah.
It'll work the same. So I really don't know. Like for Tokyo, I don't know if Disney controls pricing or if
Is it Oriental Land Company?
yes,
Yeah.
if they actually control. I have no
I
idea.
don't know. I don't know. I think what a lot of people ask is, are we getting anything additional
Right.
for the additional cost?
Right.
As park fans. And I guess my answer is
No. Not really.
Not yet.
Not yet. So this is a tough one because first of all, and we'll get into it in a little bit. I did a little research earlier.
okay.
Because I don't want I knew we were going to be talking about this.
Yep.
And it'd be really easy to just bash Disney.
Sure.
And you're fine if you want to. I'm not saying that's wrong. It would also be I could see another version where we just say like, no, price increases are fine. They're not that much, And I don't think that either, and,
Right.
and I don't want to take either one of those sides entirely. And so I did a little research into just what prices have been over time.
Okay.
I was really kind of interested in what I found.
So what surprised you the most?
Okay. Well, there's no secret that Disney pricing has outpaced inflation for a long time.
Sure.
I've seen plenty of people point that out.
Yep.
That's not really necessarily as true over the last few years as people might think.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because inflation has been so high recently in the United States?
Yes.
Okay.
I really think that's it.
Yeah.
But, I'll just go ahead and...
So this isn't just a matter of, this isn't like Disney decided to be generous and slow things down.
No,
It's just
well,
now they're being outpaced by a worse horse.
Yeah, and to be clear, and to be clear, they're still outpacing inflation, but not to the level that I think necessarily people think. I don't know. This is just, and again, to be clear, I want to go ahead and put on the record, I'm not a fan of the price increases.
Well, is anyone ever going to be, when
Right.
you raise prices, is anyone going to go, yay, what I really wanted to do was pay
Right.
more to do the same thing?
Even if you're like, hey, I'm giving you a whole lot more, but I'm going to charge you more for it.
Right.
You're right. I don't ever want the price to go up. I want the price to go down, and it never, ever will.
It won't. No.
So I'm not in favor of the price increases, but again, I wanted to give a fair shake to everything here
Okay.
and make sure that, let's take a real look at it. So what I did was I went back with the help of the Wayback Machine,
Yes.
which is not a time machine, but it is a pretty cool website. lets you look at web pages as they were from
Oh, I remember
different
that
points in
way
history. Yeah.
back machine,
And so I got in there and looked up prices for park tickets, a single park, single day ticket, annual passes,
Okay.
the cost of the cheapest night rate for a room at the Contemporary. I'm pretty sure that's a garden wing resort view
Okay.
room,
Okay.
and for a all-star movie standard room.
Okay. Good. Yep,
Cheapest
yep.
night rates for the
Okay.
whole year for 2010, 2015, 2020, and 2025.
So you went back to 2010.
I went
so
back
that's
to
15
2010.
years.
Yeah, so
Okay.
10,
All right.
I just
5-year
went every 5
segments.
years, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then compared them to what their newly announced things are. And in the case of the resorts, I looked at all their prices for next year. What's the cheapest rate that they're going to have for those?
There's probably
So-
some people very interested to know what that date is when they can get the cheapest rate. But
You know, I didn't look specific dates. I looked up. So I went on mousesavers.com and looked at
Okay.
their price schedule for the whole, because they have like, the different pricing periods and all that. It's one of the value periods.
Sure.
So I'm going to guess off the top of my head, maybe, I don't know. That's usually like late April, sometime in May. It's basically spring breaks are over. Summer has not started.
sure.
There's like a couple of weeks there that's kind of a dead period. But basically, here's what I found. So for single day, single park ticket, this is before tax.
Okay.
In 2010, that cost $79. Adjusted for inflation, that's $118.12 today.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Disney has announced the new price of the ticket is $159. This is to the Magic Kingdom.
Okay. And this is the cheapest.
This is the cheapest.
Yeah.
And that was the cheapest you could get that year too.
Okay.
Well, I mean, and I say it's the cheapest. It was the cheapest, but that was before they introduced date-based pricing anyway.
Yeah, which
So-
that's a whole
That-
that's a whole other thing.
I also want to be clear. This is not a complete analysis because I'm not I'm just going for the
Yeah.
cheapest. I'm not even considering things like you mentioned. What are we not getting?
Right. Because the tagline that I've heard with this price hike is, for the first time, it's now over $200.
Yes, which it
per
is.
day.
On the most expensive
Yeah.
days. There are
Unlike
a lot of days
Christmas
where
and
it's
some
not.
of that. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a reality.
So again, cheapest price you can get next year, $159. This year it's $139. Even right now, because that would have been in January, they started $139. Right now, based on August inflation data, which is the latest we have, that's now worth $141.76. So
Okay.
it's already effectively, you're saving money.
Yeah,
I mean,
kind of.
that's not really what you're doing.
Yeah.
But the point is, so $79 in 2010, $99 in 2015. That's equivalent to $137 today.
Okay.
$109 in 2020. That's equivalent to $136.89 today. So ticket prices technically
Yeah.
went down between 2015 and 2020. And then $139 in 2025. So when you look at it from an inflation adjusted standpoint, ticket prices really hadn't changed hardly at all since 2015.
Which
When
is
you adjust for
when
inflation,
you adjust. Yeah.
it's $137, a little over, a little under $137, $139.
Okay.
Now it's going up to $159. So I mean,
Right.
but if you consider inflation,
Yep.
this is really the first time they've truly raised prices since they've kept them steady with inflation. That's
Yeah.
what they've done. They've kept them steady with inflation.
Sure.
This is the first time they're actually jumping
Yeah.
over inflation.
Okay.
For that. Annual passes, which this was a little difficult because the annual pass structure has changed a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
And so initially I was blown away at how expensive annual passes were. And then I realized that was back when you could get the annual pass that also applied to Disneyland.
Oh, that
Yeah.
Premier Pass.
Yeah.
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 And
Can't
there's
get that anymore.
do you ever listen to any of the investor calls that they do? Like
No,
their
no.
annual meeting or whatever. There's always one guy that calls and asks Bob Iger, "Hey, when are you bringing that back?" And he's like, "Nah, we're not doing it."
Here's the thing. I don't need it. I don't even want it.
Don't need it.
But
Yeah.
if it's available, I do want it. I don't
That's
know why.
You would consider it.
I would
That's called FOMO.
Yeah,
no,
that's
I would
I don't-
consider it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, sitting right here, right now, I know that I could get on an Allegiant flight, not sponsored. We're trying really hard.
Trying.
We're
Top
now one of
fan.
their top fans on Facebook.
Yeah, I think we should tag them in every post we do until they sponsor us.
Or at least until they actually respond to us. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not talking. We don't need money.
Knocking
No.
you shall
I
receive.
just want. Give me some snacks
Yeah, I just want to sit
in that front section.
somewhere before row 10.
I'd take an exit row.
Yeah, I was about to say, give
Yeah.
me an extra
Yeah,
row.
give me the extra
Give me
row.
that.
That's
Give me the
fine.
leg room.
Yeah.
I'm normally in row like 29 or 30. It's because I'm too cheap to pay for to pick my
I
seat.
get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
That's not what
It's
this
all
is
going
about,
to the
though.
same place.
That's
But
right.
anyway, annual passes. In 2010, the annual pass that would have allowed you to go as much as you wanted
Okay.
to Disney World, $499. Okay. Yeah. Adjusted for inflation, that's $746.
Okay.
That one, yeah.
Okay.
In 2015, it was $754. That adjusts to $1,045 today.
Okay.
This is where it gets interesting. In 2020, it was $1,295. That's $1,626 today.
So it's pretty close.
Next year, it'll be $1,629.
Yeah.
That's within $3. So basically, and this year they were $1,549.
Yeah.
This is all before tax.
Right.
But yeah, if you figure that, they're basically just adjusting. This is the Incredipass. They're just adjusting it back to where it was.
Yep.
So that is an
Okay.
inflation adjustment. This is where it got really interesting, though, was the Contemporary.
Okay.
Okay. For that Garden Wing Resort View room,
Yep.
cheapest night that you could get it was $285 in 2010.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Which today would be $426.13. Okay.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this year it was $609.
Now,
But
wait, did you 2010?
that was 2010.
That would. It probably doesn't matter. That's right when Bay Lake opened, right? Pretty close.
It'd be around that time
yeah.
at least.
So they
Yeah.
would,
Yeah.
they would have killed a tower.
Yeah.
To build to not a tower, the Garden Wing, because there
Yes.
was another Garden Wing.
There
right?
was,
There was
you're
the
right.
North
Yeah,
Garden
yeah,
Wing
yeah.
and the South Garden Wing.
Yep.
They tore the one down.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily matter. I don't think that would affect prices, but
Probably not.
Just thinking.
So they go up to $400 by 2015.
Okay.
That's $555 more or less today. They go up to $498 in 2020, which is $625 today. This year it was $609.
Okay.
Next year it's $626.
Okay.
So again, those prices haven't really changed since
Right.
2020. They're adjusted for inflation, but
Yeah.
they're not really changing. And then All-Star Movies is also really interesting because it was $82 a night in 2010 was the cheapest one. Now this year the cheapest room was $133, but it was $82 in 2010. That's $122.60
so
today.
you're close.
It was $96 in 2015. That's $133 today. It was $112 in 2020. That's $140.65 today, and it's $133 this year. Now next year the cheapest rate is $152. So
Okay.
again, just to put it all in context,
Right.
that a lot of these price increases that we're seeing, I kind of think are somewhat pent up, that they haven't really actually increased prices from an inflation adjusted standpoint in 5 years.
Sure.
So I'm only putting that out there so we have all the information. I still don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's shrinkflation, right? Because
It is.
You're paying.
Yeah.
They are adjusting for inflation.
Yep.
But I don't know that you're getting. I don't even want to say what you used to. There's also two things too, and this is not necessarily about maybe pricing, but maybe just consumer expectations or guest expectations or pass holes, and that was with a P or Disney adults. A lot of people talk about the quote unquote magic is gone.
Sure.
And I think two things are playing a part here. One, I do think whenever COVID happened and they shut everything down, I think Disney lost a lot of good employees.
I think they
Long-tenured
did too.
employees. There were probably
Yeah.
plenty of people who said, hey, I'm ready to retire. I'm just going to stay at home. Or they found somewhere else to go. And they were probably the culture keepers for a lot of Disney.
Yeah.
And so when you start the machine back up, now you're hiring in all these brand new people,
Right.
and you've got to get them up to speed. And I don't know that I definitely wouldn't say the magic is quote unquote gone.
I agree.
Because on the flip side, I see plenty of people who I think they go to the parks expecting something magical to happen to them every single day just because they're there.
So I think I agree with you, and I think this is somewhat of a double-edged sword. I agree with you. I definitely think they let go of a lot of talented people, and people who had been there for a long time, knew what they were doing. They didn't necessarily, or they haven't yet really replaced that. But I do agree with you, and I think social media plays a big part in this too. I think people see these really cool interactions. They see these things happen, and you're right. They go thinking that's going to happen to me, and then when it doesn't happen, and I mean, we've all seen it. I mean, you made the joke a second ago, the pass holes. You know, we joked about doing a segment and by the pass hole, because we've all three watched this sort of behavior where guests just act awful,
ridiculous.
You know,
really,
they're so entitled. I mean, again, we were down there 3 weeks ago, and we watched this. We watched people do it more than once. So I think when it comes to is the magic gone, I think it's kind of coming from both sides. I don't think it's quite as magical as it once was, but I also think the expectation level is so high. The demand, and I don't mean demand like in an economic sense. I mean just demand. I'm going to demand what I want. Is so just, I don't know. It's just there.
It's
People
just there.
They expect it.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't go exactly the way they want, they get upset.
They do. And then you hear them say, I paid X amount to be here, or I paid X amount for this, and now it's not happening.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know that your expectations are real.
No, and two, I mean, we've said plenty of times on here, you know, we did 4 episodes on how to have, you know, perfect day at different parks. And what it really came down to was just enjoy your time. You know, be happy with what you get.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like, hey, be happy with what you get. Like, it's not that. If you're having a bad time or you truly didn't get what you wanted, you know, politely let them know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a classic one, you ride a ride and people behind you talk the whole time. They ruin it for you. Tell somebody when you get off. Tell a cast member when you get off. Chances are, especially if you're nice about it, they're going to put you right back at the front of the line to ride it again.
Yeah.
I've watched them do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I also, you know, if I had, well, I don't want to say if I had $1 for every time, because that just feels weird. We're talking about price hikes. But,
well, I mean, you know.
there's been several times that something has gone wrong or something has taken too long.
Sure.
And, you know, the cast member comes to tell you about it. In my reaction, it's like, that's fine. Like, no big deal.
Yeah.
I appreciate you letting me know. And their response is, thank you so much for being kind. I'm like, is this not the way that most people act? Like, do they lose their mind over this stuff? Because still, to me, like, I'm in Disney World, man. You know, like, it's better than many places I could be.
Right. No,
so,
I've told people, if you want the real ultimate Disney hack, be nice to the cast members. And like, you don't have to bring them gifts. You just have to be pleasant, which is really, truly sad to me that just being decent to them will get, I mean, because again, I have literally had it happen to me where just by being nice to a cast member, same thing, you know, they deliver bad news. Sorry, you know, the ride is closed. I'm like, hey, no worries. It happens. We'll go do something else. We'll come back later today. And they're like, hey, actually, here's the lightning lane. Come back whenever you want.
Yeah.
You know, nobody else behind me got it.
Right.
You know, but
because they're all ticked off.
Exactly. Because the thing is, if you're nice to them, a lot of them have a lot more power than you realize. And they are more than happy to take care of you. If you're nice to them, they're going to be nice to you. If you're rude to them, they're going to do the bare minimum they have to.
Absolutely.
You know?
So maybe as guests, we should share the magic.
Yeah.
And to receive the magic.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Just be a good human being.
Yeah. I think that's the way. That's the way it should
and not
work.
only at Disney. Let's be clear.
Yeah. Just everywhere.
You
honestly,
can see these exact same interactions at Walmart of all places.
You can. Yeah. You can.
And I do think, you know, again, since COVID, I think that Disney has lost a lot, but I just think people are different since COVID. I think people are a lot ruder, a lot less patient.
Yep.
It's these new kids.
It's all the kids.
Get off my lawn.
These youths.
The youths.
Well, and so kind of going back to the price tag thing, you know, I was thinking about this. Disney, there is what's what I'm trying to say? There's a minimum threshold that you have to pay to get in, right?
Yes.
but you can really spend as much money as you want to.
Oh yeah.
For sure, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a floor.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know if there's a ceiling. I've not tried to find it.
Yeah, you can go a long way.
But I think the reality can be said about most vacations.
That is true.
You know,
That's true.
I mean, if you go, I know we've gone to the beach and where we stayed on 30. Not where we've stayed, a town over from where we've stayed.
Yeah.
On 38. If you want to stay on the beach, it's $20,000 for the week.
Sure.
I'm not paying that much to go to Disney.
No.
For the week.
No.
You know,
Which could.
like literally all in. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I could. 100% I could.
You could probably do that in a day.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I mean, you know, we're joking about it, but you could. You
could,
know,
that's the thing. There's no ceiling.
there's not.
But I think when you approach a Disney trip, it's just like you're approaching anything else. Like there are some people that they stay off property. They drive in.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay for food in the theme parks, so
Sure.
they either leave and go back to their hotel and eat,
Yep.
or they do something
Pack it
and
and
come
bring it
back.
with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, there's a multitude of options for you.
And that's fine. If you're that person, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
You know, but on the flip side, there's also at the same park that same day, there's somebody who's staying club level.
Right.
You know,
only eating table service.
only eating table service, doing the VIP tour. You know, I mean that's the thing is you're right. You've got very different levels of
You do.
everything. Really,
You don't have to buy the lightning lanes.
no.
You
In fact,
can.
I usually don't.
I don't either. Well, most of the time.
But it's same.
But there are things that are missing, I think, from even going back to your example.
Yeah.
Say 2010.
Yeah.
Because we once had the Magical Express.
Right, well, and that's I was gonna say if we want to go back to that, what I didn't account for, you're right, the Magical Express,
Yeah.
the new, and we didn't really get into the price hikes for this upcoming year. To be clear, they are price hikes.
They are.
These are not
Yeah.
just adjustments back to inflation. These are price hikes. But you're right, you don't get the Magical Express.
Nope.
You don't get well, apparently the Magic Band discount now.
Yeah. Which are Magic Bands a big deal to you guys? Do you get them every time you do you get a new one every time you go?
No, I don't get a new one every time I go because I've got 3.
Okay.
I've got my old just plain orange one that I've had for forever.
Magic Band Plus or Magic?
That's an old school Magic Band.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah. Then I've got the Magic Band Plus. I've got one that is just the original Disney, like from the 70s when they opened, that
Right.
color scheme and everything. And I've got one that's a lightsaber.
Okay.
Now that said, I've seen a lot of others that I really want to get.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that I'm going to end up with as many Magic Bands someday as Emily has ears.
Well, I mean, one can try.
Yeah, but what do I do with all of them?
What do you do?
You know?
Well, and I wonder, not that are they phasing them out, but you have to do so much with your phone anyways. With the My Disney Experience, you've got the what they call it, the mobile Magic Pass or what? Like you can basically use your phone to get into the park.
You can. I've done it.
To scan in to all the Fast Pass stuff. Are they? Because at one point, Magic Bands were free, right? Like if you stayed on, if you
when they
stayed
very
at a
first
hotel,
started, yep.
they were free.
That's my orange one. I'm pretty sure. Was it free? I think it was. I think it was free.
Okay.
I think we just picked it out.
Yeah.
And that's what they sent.
Well, that's used to get that, and
Yeah.
then they said, okay, we're going to do the discount thing, and now they're not doing the discount thing, which is honestly, if you play your cards right, 2 things. One, if you're annual pass holder, wait till you get there, you get a 20% discount. It's really better than the hotel discount,
and you
anyways.
get a way better selection.
Yeah, and even on the Disney Store, like typically at some point they're going to do 20% off or something, and you just get them then.
Yeah.
No,
I agree. I this one I'm a little torn about because on the one hand I'm like, no, how dare you take that away? But on the other hand, it's like, but how many people are really even taking advantage of this? I mean, I see posts all the time from people asking like, hey, we haven't gotten them yet. Is that a problem? Like I wasn't going to. Mm-hmm. Everybody's like, no, you don't have to have them. Like we never use them.
What I would be more inclined to do is, like, let's say I'm staying at the Contemporary, and there's a Contemporary band that I can only get through there.
Yes.
That I would be like, oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm kind of interested in this now.
That would be cool. And I do think, I don't know. I mean, would I book the Contemporary just to get the Contemporary Magic Band? No.
No.
Because that would be silly. And that's what I'm going to tell myself, even though
That
I know in the
would be
back of
silly.
my mind,
Well,
it'd sway me a little.
it's possible.
But,
It's possible.
you know, it's just kind of one of those things that this particular thing to me is not a big deal. The fact that
Right.
this is going away is not a big deal. But it's just it's the straw,
Yeah,
right?
it's another
the straw
thing.
on the camel's back.
Yeah.
It's just, we were talking about the things you don't have. You know, used to, there was always a piano player playing in the lobby of
yeah.
Grand Floridian. Now
Yep.
there's sometimes a
Yeah.
piano player.
In the evenings.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not every evening. Not all evening. You
Yeah.
know? I mean,
yeah.
there's the same thing in the parks. There's less acts in the park. There's less musicians in the park. There's
The
not.
streetmosphere. Is that what they used to call it?
Yeah.
Especially at like Hollywood Studios, you know, where they would have
yeah.
these little, I don't know if vignettes is the word, but like little scenes going on. And
Yeah.
there's the people of Sunset Boulevard and
Yep.
everything that, you know, they're acting all these things out.
Kind of like what they still do in Galaxy's Edge.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's really about the only place they do anything like that.
Yeah. At least in Disney World.
Right. Now, Disneyland is different. Disneyland, the characters are running around and
They do roam.
they,
Actually roam.
Yeah, which is really cool. I wish they did that more in Disney World.
Yeah.
But again, the only place in Disney World that they really do that. Okay, two places. One would be Galaxy's Edge. The other
Yep.
is Animal Kingdom.
That's true.
They do
see them roaming
have some
some.
roaming characters
Yeah.
in Animal Kingdom.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin wanders around.
Divine.
Yeah, Divine.
Yeah.
Kind of freaks me out.
Yeah. I can't.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't
one.
know. Characters in general, I don't know why. I get this weird anxiety around them. It's like I don't know
Okay.
what to do. Should I give you
okay.
a 5? Should I like fist bump
I
you?
never know if they can see me or not.
They can always see you. I
They
think.
can.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
But sometimes
Yeah.
I'll wave at them and they like completely ignore me. And then sometimes they'll wave at me and I did not know that they knew I existed.
Maybe
Yeah.
they don't like you sometimes.
Well,
Sometimes
they
they
don't.
do.
They shouldn't. Because I fear them.
Yeah. Well, I know like it's, you know, there's Mickey, but really it's Mickey's friend.
Yeah,
and,
right. Exactly. That's the thing is for me, there is a little bit of a, like, I struggle with getting past that it's just two adults waving at each other,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not. I'm waving at Mickey,
Yeah.
you know?
You're in the bubble, you know.
Yeah. I wave at him at the train station when we're walking out at night and they're waving everybody, you know, all waving at the crowd. I'm waving right back.
It
You know.
feels rude not to.
Well, that's true.
You seen the video where there's the guy who fell asleep in the park just before close, and
Oh,
they
no.
found him on a bench. Wasn't like a homeless guy or anything. He was
Right, well, yeah, he's in the
exhausted.
park.
Can't be
Yeah.
homeless in the park.
And they got Mickey to come wake him up.
That would either be magical or terrifying.
Yeah. I don't know if that guy was tripping or not.
I mean, something happened.
I can get it honestly after walking through the park all day.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I have
get
definitely.
exhausted.
I've seen people asleep on benches at
Yeah.
the parks and stuff. I don't know how they do it. I could never do it. But
Not on a bench in the middle of
That is a man at
Magic
peace with
Kingdom.
the world.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, there's some of those rocking chairs I see like on Main Street, and I think I could probably sit there and I could fall asleep
yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, it's peaceful.
yeah, for
to me.
sure.
It can be peaceful.
It can be, and it can be exhausting.
It can
irritating.
be exhausting.
You know,
Is there? Am I correct in saying at one point in time a perk that Disney guest received was like extended? Was it extended evening hour? I know deluxe resort
Right.
guests get that, but did all guests get that at one point?
I think so. I do feel like they have cut way back on their extended hours in the park. They used to
Yeah.
also do. You know, it wasn't just early entry; it was early open.
Yes.
The park would open like an hour
Yep.
early, and that was only for resort guests.
Yes.
So that is one thing. I do agree with this part. I just don't know that I feel like as a Disney resort guest that I really have that many perks and advantages over a non-resort guest. And again, I'm not trying to exclude the non-resort guest at
Right.
all, but I don't feel like I'm necessarily being rewarded for staying at Disney and being loyal to Disney, whatever. I feel that as an annual pass holder too, though.
yeah.
You know, there's not really, I mean, sure, I get exactly what it says. I can go into the park whenever I want to.
Right.
Great. I also still have to make park reservations, which is annoying.
That is annoying, man. And I'm not. Well, the thing is, I'm not local, so like,
Yeah.
Right.
every time I'm
That
down
changes
there,
things though.
yeah, like I'm staying
Yeah.
on property. You know what I mean? So like, I'm there, and,
Right.
And just assume that if I'm there,
I might be
and I'm
going
an
to one of the
annual
parks.
pass holder, I'm probably going to be in the park at some point.
That's a good point.
That's where they really get you on the resorts, though, because if you're not staying in the resorts, you're spending $100 a day just in Ubers.
yeah. I mean, they're not getting it, but Uber
No,
is.
Yeah.
no, but
Well,
they know exactly like
Yeah.
the thought process.
Oh,
is
yeah.
You could just put
Well,
this
and
money into a resort.
Yeah.
That is the value of staying at a resort. Is to me is the
It is.
transportation
I agree.
and location.
I agree.
Obviously,
I agree, but I mean, again, that just feels to me like that's not a perk of staying there. That's what I'm paying for.
yeah, you're
right?
just there. Yeah,
Yeah, like
I mean, there are other. Is it universal? Like if you're some resorts you stay at, you get like a
oh yeah, no, you
you
say
get like
they-
a
you-
multi pass or lightning
yeah,
lane or
yeah,
whatever.
you get their version of Lightning Lane,
Yeah.
which is honestly better anyway.
Yeah, well, there's
But it yeah, and that's I think only for it'd be their deluxe resorts.
Yeah, okay.
And I forget all the terminology and stuff,
Right.
but yeah, I mean it's just stuff like that I do wish they did more extended evening hours. I wish they did early open and stuff. And I realize that, if you're a cast member and you're listening to this, you're probably like, gosh, I hope they never do early open again. And I get it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like I
hear
totally
you.
understand. It's and so it's complicated, but I do think that I wish there was just more benefit to being a guest at the resort. And I wish there was more benefit too between the different kind of resorts, between like
Yeah.
whether you're staying at a value, especially if you're staying at a value or a moderate resort, you are on the same tier. You're
Yeah,
100%
you
on
are.
the same tier.
Yeah, and you're really even getting the same activities and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be off on this. There are some special ones.
There are.
Maybe different ones. I won't even say
Yeah.
special. Different ones at moderate resort. But the reality is there. You don't have to be staying there to get those.
Right, you don't. You can just wander over and do 'em.
Yeah. From from Disney Springs.
Yeah, the only thing you can't wander over and do is swim in the pool.
Right.
And that's only if they're actually enforcing it.
That's true. And, yeah, and don't do this. But I mean, really, all you have to do is catch somebody walking in.
Yeah.
And just be like, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
for holding the
No,
gate
because
for me.
chances are they're going to
Yeah.
turn around and hold the gate for you.
Unless you're at Yacht and Beach Club, and then you're getting
Yes.
a wristband, but
Yes.
that's not.
But I mean, that's
still.
the thing is I will say, even after that whole analysis, which probably went way too long. I'm sorry for everybody if you had to listen to that.
No.
You didn't sign up
I
for a
loved it.
class. But I'm an accounting major.
Professor
so
Britt.
that's that's what happens. I'm
what
finally
happens.
putting it to use.
Proud of you. Yeah.
So, that's the thing is I do feel like the price is going up, but I don't feel like I'm getting more for it. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm still acutely aware of all the things that didn't come back from COVID or haven't come back yet. They are adding some new stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's plenty of new stuff coming to the parks.
There is. It's not here yet.
No.
I'm also acutely aware of some things though that aren't there. There are pavilions at Epcot that have been closed for years.
Yeah.
Right. Stitch's Great Escape, which used to be extraterrestrial, that building may never have anything in it again.
And that could be due to
it even like
asbestos.
is
It could be.
It's a
Yeah.
damper on the people mover at that.
Yeah.
All the different things closed over there.
Yeah, it is. It is. And especially right now, and I think this makes this one particularly hard to swallow, is you look at like Magic Kingdom right now, Big Thunder is closed, probably because of Villain's Land. I question if it will reopen before Villain's Land opens.
You're right. Well, and I mean the train is down.
The train the train is sad.
Yeah.
It's
It's not down. I'm sorry.
It's not
A
down.
quarter of it is up.
I mean, it might as well be down. Let's be
It's
honest.
the worst quarter though.
It-
The
and
worst
it's-
third. It's a third, right?
No, it's about a quarter because it goes.
Quarter of the track, but third.
It's one.
third
It's
station,
two of the
but
three
yeah.
stations are open.
Yeah.
It just goes forward and backward.
Yeah.
But you've also got Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, which is currently
Yep.
closed,
Down.
and they're updating it. That's great.
Right.
But you're right. As a result, part of People Mover effectively doesn't work.
No.
There's just a lot going on, and it's all ultimately good stuff.
It is. Yeah.
They're moving forward, but in the midst of all that, to be like, hey, by the way, we're also going to charge you more money now.
Here we go.
It feels a little bit like, well, I'm not going to say entirely what it feels like. It feels like they're kicking you while you're down. I'll say that.
Here's the cynical part of me. One of the things that I think Disney is the best at is introducing a service or a product, making you fall in love with it, and then charging you for it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, that's what they did with FastPass, right?
Sure.
Forever that was free. There was a ticketing system. There was the whole, hey, now you're going to get 3 for free.
Yep.
Now you're going to book it on the app, and now we're going to start charging you for it.
Yep.
And now here's all these tiers now, if you want this. And is extended evening hours, honestly.
I was going to say.
You know what I mean? For all guests.
I was going to say.
Now you gotta stay deluxe.
And now we're going to do some after hours parties.
Yeah.
Which are basically kind of the same thing, but we're going to pay for them.
Yeah. Magic bands, we used to give them away for free.
Yep.
Then we discounted rate.
I'll say another thing. Hollywood Studios rarely stays open later than 9. Sometimes they'll stay open till 9:30. I don't think Epcot ever stays open later than 9. Not true. I mean, they might do the extended evening hours, after hours, but like the regular park hours aren't. Animal Kingdom rarely stays open past 6.
Yep. We're going in December, and they're doing extended evening hours.
Ooh.
And I will be there.
I would go just to see what's it like.
That's exactly. I really what I want to know is,
does anyone else go, or is it just you?
Do they have the safari open?
Dude, that would be worth it.
Yeah.
That would be like, honestly, I don't really care about anything else there. I would go see Pandora in the dark.
Absolutely.
Because that's really
and
cool.
Expedition Everest in the dark. That'd be awesome.
I would do it just to try it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't care as much about that as doing the safari.
Oh, I agree.
If the safari is open.
Yeah.
And that'll be interesting
to see. Have you done
to
Jungle Cruise at night?
No, I've not done Jungle Cruise at night.
Eerie.
I could believe that.
Eerie, man.
I could believe that.
Yeah. So I imagine safari, same.
It could be, but you'll finally get to see that light that they built for the elephants.
And
it looks just like a tree.
The thing, it's going to be closed.
It probably is.
It's going to be closed.
It probably is.
Yeah. So let me ask you, will these price hikes, will they impact how often you visit? Will they impact anything that you do?
No.
Yeah.
They won't. I'll complain about it.
Yep.
I'll be upset about it. But I mean, let's be honest. No, it won't.
As will most of us. We'll complain about it, and we'll continue to go.
We will. I mean, and especially in my case, just like in your case, being an annual pass holder, I will pay more to renew my annual pass. Yep. But especially when you look at how much, especially for me, you at least get the DVC one.
Yeah.
But the Incredipass.
Exactly why.
Yeah.
It's actually cheaper if you buy in DVC. It's not.
But that's the thing is, we're talking about going from $1,549
It hurts to say that, right?
It does. But to $1,629. And I'll be honest, if the difference there is like, you can't pay $80 more, you don't need to be getting it to begin with.
You're right.
But that's for that. Now that said, the ticket prices, the resort increases, if I'm paying all of those, it's definitely getting to the point where I think you will start seeing people who maybe used to take 2 shorter trips, like say a 3-night trip in the spring, a 3-night trip in the fall. Maybe instead of doing that, they'll do a 5-night trip.
Yeah.
Well, that's one less night, Yep. Or again, maybe they were going to do a 6-night and now it's a 5-night or a 4-night or whatever.
Yeah. Or if they do that, they may do, hey, we're going to do a week with the family. And sometimes, just, a couple, we're going to go down for the weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to do something else.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is, and of course Disney has no control over this, but the reality is, airline prices go up too.
Yeah, they do.
It's
and that's the thing that will probably
everything's going up.
Everything is, and that's part of why I wanted to do the whole thing with the prices at the beginning. Everything is going up. Costs for Disney are going up too. And the other thing that I think is driving a lot of this, Disney is struggling right now on the media side.
Right.
They are struggling with what to do now that the era of cable TV is over.
Right.
It's all streaming. I think Disney Plus is a great service. I think Disney Plus I enjoy it. I think we all know it's not necessarily financially successful.
Yeah. Well, and they've pumped a lot of money into it.
They did. And their experiences in parks right now are far and away the most successful part of their business.
Mm-hmm.
And they're now pivoting to that.
Which
and
thank you,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Let's put some money there.
Let's put a lot of effort into that.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is they need more money out of it, so they're going to raise prices because they can. And you know,
and that's the thing, they can.
Yeah.
Because as we said, people will complain.
Yeah.
But they will continue to show up. You vote with your feet, right?
Yeah.
And
that's progress.
That is progress, man. I guess. I don't know.
There's a great big expensive tomorrow.
Well, here's what I know. If in life there are two things that are certain, death and taxes, then in the life of a Disney fan, there's only one thing, and that is price increases.
Yep.
It's going to happen every year.
Yep. Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. So tell us what do you think? I mean, Britt did a whole analysis for you. So, but seriously, like, you know, other fellow hoppers here, will you guys continue to visit Disney or some other theme park, whatever it is that, you know, that you're doing? Or, you know, do the ever increasing prices deter you from visiting? You know?
And on top of that,
try something else.
What are the things that are gone that you miss that you want to come back? What are things you'd like to see them add?
Yeah.
You know, whether they are realistic or maybe a little unrealistic, whatever it is, what are the things that you think would make you say, it's worth it?
Yeah. And that's, I mean, any advice that I could give to you would just be real. you know,
realistic.
Yeah, there are some people who are like, hey, I want to stay at a deluxe resort, but I want to pay value prices. Well,
right.
You're not going to.
No, you're not.
Like, that's just not.
You're not going to. And
that's
look,
not the way it works.
And let's be honest, especially the big 3 deluxe resorts right there around the Magic Kingdom. Look, they're overpriced. We all know it. Disney knows what they have. They know what they're charging.
Location.
That's it. And they know what they have. They know what they're charging. And they also know that they're selling them out on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah.
Or very close to. They're making money hand over fist. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So should you decide to continue visiting the happiest place on earth, then you may want to stay on property inside that Disney bubble, as it's called. And there's a variety of options. We've been talking about them, right?
Yep.
They basically fall into, you know, I was looking at their website and I thought it was interesting that it had deluxe Disney resorts.
Yeah.
And then it just said Disney resorts.
So
did you catch that?
I did.
Okay.
I did catch that. And I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
But then when you go when you actually go onto it and you click like filter, like by resort type or tier or level, whatever it is they say, they still have it listed out as moderates and values.
Yeah.
I did notice that. And I don't know if that is just like an error on the website right now. Cause I mean, let's be honest, the Disney website is like, it's awful. Mm-hmm. It's
maybe that's where the extra money's
going. That's where
to.
the money needs to go. Listen, I will flip my position and support the price increases if they will make a better website.
Yeah. What has given me a little more sympathy, where I work, we deal with an online website, and we're working with multiple vendors, all piecing this thing together. And I know that Disney's doing the same thing.
Yep.
And so sometimes one doesn't want to talk to another, and I get it.
And you just kind of have to bolt things together and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do.
But Disney has the resources.
Oh, they do. And the programmers and the developers, like they've got all the stuff.
They can do it all in-house.
Yeah. So in episode 6, we introduced a game called Pass or Stay. So as a quick reminder, for this game, we go through a list of resorts and we tell you the good and the bad, and then we discuss whether we'd pass on them or we would stay. So the topic today is Disney moderate resorts, which I got a little nervous again when I saw the website. But we're finally breaking into the Bus Plus resorts, but technically
we already have.
Pop Century.
Yeah. And Art of Animation.
I do love Bus Plus. And I know you recently stayed at Saratoga Springs, which is not a moderate resort. But that's one of the things that you came back and said. And I was like, man.
And I've always kind of been of the opinion that, like, look, I like Bus Plus too. It's nice, but it's not necessary. Like, people make too big of a deal out of it being bus only. And then I stayed at Saratoga Springs, and I'm with y'all now.
Yeah, I know.
I needed something other than the bus.
Here we are. So, quick rundown of the moderate resorts. So we have Disney's Caribbean Beach, however you want to say it.
They say Caribbean on
They
the
say
Skyline.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
That wasn't that. Sorry, that was the percussion. I wasn't saying shh.
Oh, yeah,
you know, like shh. Stop
you
doing
can tell
that.
me to shush.
No, I wasn't shushing you. Coronado Springs, Port Orleans Resort Riverside, Port Orleans Resort French Quarter, and I guess technically the cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort.
Yeah, which I didn't realize
Me neither.
fall under the moderate
Me neither.
level, but apparently
And
Disney
I don't know
thinks
if
they do.
I know I've said this to you in conversations about Riviera being the first DVC moderate resort, but
Yeah.
apparently that's not true. Apparently
there you
it
go.
is a deluxe resort,
Yes, so I knew they treat it.
like
As
a
a
deluxe
deluxe,
resort. Yeah. But now these cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness, which they have sold as DVC,
Yeah.
are considered moderate. So
Which, I mean, granted, these specific cabins were not DVC
no,
until fairly recently.
recently, yeah, they've redone them all.
Whereas the Riviera was built DVC. Yeah. That's
yep,
what I thought.
Yep. So which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the cabins because
Okay.
they're the weird one.
They are the weird
In
one.
this group, they're the weird one.
Yep, they're the outlier for sure.
Have you ever stayed in the cabins?
No, I have stayed at Fort Wilderness.
Okay.
I've tent camped in Disney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I would do it again.
Would you? Okay.
Not for a week.
Okay, fair. That's
No.
fair. You could resort hop. You could tent one night,
Yeah,
And then,
then
like,
cabin.
and then tent again, and then like Grand Floridian,
No, that's
and then tent one more time.
No,
Okay.
you can't go to the Grand Floridian and then tent
And then back to the
again.
tent.
Mm-mm, no, that's impossible. It was cool. It's huge. Fort Wilderness
Yeah.
is huge. It has its own internal bus line.
Right.
So
As does Saratoga Springs.
really, I don't
Yeah.
think I knew that.
It's got its own internal bus loop. Yeah.
God.
It's 5 bus stops. It's
Yeah.
huge. It's huge. Beautiful resort.
Okay, well,
Huge.
I would say at the cabins.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't
Sorry,
stayed
I just
here.
broke right into that.
No, it's
you
okay.
have stayed?
No, I have not stayed.
Oh, I
I'm
thought you
saying
said you- okay,
No,
okay, I'm sorry.
I have not stayed
It
here.
looks nice.
I know people who have.
We're looking at pictures of it.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
mean, I think it's a good way to stretch out the new ones. So like the old cabins were basically like a mobile home with logs around them,
Right.
and this is more of like a contemporary tiny home.
I was about
Yeah.
to say this is like a tiny home.
Yeah,
The modern big tiny
Yeah.
homes.
Yeah.
yeah, 1 bedroom, right?
1 bedroom, but you do have a pull down queen.
Yeah.
In the living room
Murphy
/
beds.
kitchen area.
I love those Murphy beds.
Yeah, dude, they're great.
They're comfortable.
They are every bit as nice
Yeah.
as the actual bed. And then you do have the 2 bunk beds.
No, that's cool. See, my
So-
kids would love it.
Yeah, I mean, it advertises it sleeps 6 adults.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can see in the pictures, because as Aaron said, we are looking at the pictures. I mean, those are adult-sized beds. Like you could sleep
yeah.
there.
You could for sure.
Yeah, they look cool. I would try them
Yeah.
at some point. Okay, here's the thing. Full disclosure, that's gonna be my answer for anywhere I've not stayed. I would try it.
Right. Yes.
But
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is honestly somewhere that I wouldn't just do to check it off the list.
Yeah.
I would stay here because this does look kind of cool.
And I'll say when you hit to me the difference between value resort and moderate resort, there's a big difference in theming. I think
Yeah,
a noticeable uptick,
yeah.
noticeable change.
Noticeable change. The rooms are a little bit bigger. The
Rooms are a little
finishings,
bit bigger.
The finishes are a lot nicer.
Yep.
Yep, for sure.
And in this case, if you're staying at Fort Wilderness, you're pretty close to Magic Kingdom.
That's true.
It's probably the cheapest you're going to get.
That's true. You can take
I don't know if it's the cheapest you're going to get.
you can take a
but
boat, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. And if you've never done that, beautiful ride to go from Magic Kingdom to
Sure.
Wilderness Lodge or Fort Wilderness, either one, especially at night.
Yeah. Fireworks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
If you time it right.
Yeah, my brother-in-law and his family stayed here.
Okay.
Shout out to them. I think a few years ago they talked about it because they were telling me all about it. I was like, oh yeah, they're like, we'd love to stay there again. I was like, oh well, it's DVC now.
Well,
It's a lot more expensive than it used to
Yeah.
be. But it they do look really nice.
One thing about this place is, and I think I'm correct in saying this, is like this is not like, hey, you want something to drink? Okay, I'm gonna run downstairs and get something. I'll be back.
Sure.
No, this is like,
You're in it.
yeah, like I wish I'd have rented a golf cart.
Well,
That's
you've got a fridge, so you could.
Yeah, you can. That's the
bring
thing.
Groceries
Yes,
effectively.
Yeah.
absolutely.
and that is one thing about this that I think for me, if I were going to stay in these cabins, I'd almost want to just stay in the cabin. It's like
Yep.
the tree houses at Saratoga Springs.
Right.
I'm not staying in the tree house so that I can leave and go to the park. I'm staying in the tree house so I can stay in the
Yep.
tree house.
And there's plenty to do at
Yeah.
Fort Wilderness.
Yeah.
plenty.
including the Hoop-de-Doo review. Yeah.
Hoop-de-Doo review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The heck's the Hoop-de-Doo review?
It's a
You don't
dinner-
know
yeah.
the Hoop-de-Doo
Oh,
review?
we're gonna go to the Hoop-de-Doo review next time.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dinner theater?
Yes.
Yeah. Ask
I
for ketchup.
love dinner theater. I love like the pirate shows. I've never
Okay.
done the Dixie Stampede.
Well, you can't. It's just
can't.
the Stampede
It's
now.
Stampede.
That's true.
yeah.
You're right. It is just the Stampede. That's
Stampede.
correct.
And it's no longer the North versus the South.
hey.
It's just the red team versus the blue
Listen,
team. It has
country.
nothing to do with any sort
Nothing
of
to do. That's right. This is the perfect segue, though, to Port Orleans, which used to be called, well,
Yeah.
the Riverside used to be called Dixie Landings.
Yep.
Did you know that Port Orleans is the largest, has the most rooms of any Disney resort, apparently?
I can believe that.
Now, when you say that's
It's
between the
combining
two,
them. Riverside
okay.
and French Quarter together.
It's like a
It's like 3,000
town
rooms.
in there, like just walking
Yeah,
around.
I could believe that because
Yeah.
the thing is, Riverside especially is very large.
Yep. I think they said Riverside was the second largest by itself.
That's crazy.
I could probably is the largest. Hold on, is the
I don't
largest
know.
in Coronado?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Maybe.
Coronado is huge.
Or, yeah. Because I would
Or
have
Caribbean
thought.
Beach.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
what I would have thought. That
Yeah.
was the largest,
See,
just
that's-
based
yeah.
on the layout.
That's my only other reference because I've only been to French Quarter and Coronado Springs, and I was thinking like Coronado's is huge too by
Yeah.
itself, but it's just a big building.
Yeah.
So
Well, no,
I
I
don't
mean,
feel like you get like a good appreciation for
Yeah.
Port Orleans because it is like smaller. It's like a town.
It is kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never stayed at French Quarter. I've only stayed at the Riverside.
I've stayed at French Quarter, but not at Riverside.
Okay. Would you stay again?
In French Quarter?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah, hands
Riverside
down.
has the, I don't love this at any resort, but the multiple bus stops.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm not either. It's a bummer
Yeah.
for sure.
French Quarter does not.
No, French Quarter has one bus stop.
One bus stop.
Um,
Did you know that's where Disney's test kitchen is?
really?
Yeah. So apparently they used to have a table service restaurant at French Quarter.
Okay.
They closed it down whenever they did. I think it's Scat Cat's Lounge. Did
Okay.
you guys pass
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Okay.
So maybe that's part of it. But,
Okay.
But like, I don't know, whatever. They that's where their test kitchen is, and that's where they have like
Interesting.
a whole restaurant that they stage, and they can train people,
Sure.
and they can test out things and all that. Yeah.
That's wild.
They started
Yeah.
making braised beef, and they decided they didn't have to experiment
That's
anymore.
We'll just come up with new ways to
Yeah,
put it. It's
that's-
like Taco Bell. We're just gonna wrap it up different and call it something new.
Beignets and braised beef. That's all we need.
Yeah. So I've walked around Riverside. I've never stayed at Riverside.
So Riverside, I believe I'm correct in saying, I don't know if it's 5 adults, but you can get 5 people in there because a lot of rooms are going to have the 2 queen or double, whatever they are, beds, and then you have that fifth sleeper. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe not all of them. I'll say this: Riverside holds a special place in my heart. That's where Leslie and I stayed the first time we went to Disney World.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And there's 2. There was Alligator Bayou and Magnolia Trace, Magnolia Bend, something
maybe
like that.
something.
That's where we stayed.
Okay.
And it wasn't, again, I didn't realize how large it was because we left the main building and we just like walked across the river and we were right there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that far.
Yeah.
I will say too, with moderate resorts, you get, generally you're going to get a table service
You are.
restaurant. You're going to get a lounge.
Yeah.
of
Which
some- of
the table
some
service
type.
restaurant is French Quarter does not have a table service restaurant.
I
That's
didn't think
'cause
it
it's
has
the
the
test
jazz
kitchen.
club though.
But
It
yeah.
does. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, and granted, you can walk over to Riverside.
Riverside.
Also, fun fact: the Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter. That is the only resort where you can pool hop between the two of them.
Oh,
If you're
I
staying
didn't-
at
I
either
didn't know
one,
that.
you can go to the pool for the other one.
Yeah,
That's cool.
kind of makes sense because I mean
Yeah.
they're
That's-
effectively just one gigantic.
That's the thing.
place.
They're not really sister resorts even. You're right. Like French Quarter is like its own special section of
Sure.
and yet it's its own thing. It's weird.
Have you ever seen Yeehaw Bob? You know what I'm talking about? The guy
I
that
know
plays
what
the piano?
Yeah, I know what
in
you're
the
talking about.
lounge
I
at
have not
Riverside?
seen him.
He puts on a good show.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
The clips that I've seen. Yeah,
It's worth it. If you're staying at Riverside, check it out.
sure.
We
Or
sta-
French Quarter.
we
Just
stayed
walk
there-
over there.
You should, yeah. We stayed there twice. The second time, was in, I can't remember what year, doesn't matter to the story, but they were testing Magic Bands for the first time.
Okay.
And you could get them deluxe resort guests, of course. They wrote them out first.
Right.
But the first moderate resort to get them was Port Orleans Riverside.
Okay.
So I think we were supposed to stay in the French Quarter, and we ended up changing. And we did stay, this was right after they had done the, what they call them, Princess Suite rooms?
The
Royal.
Royal Suite.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
No, the Royal guest rooms,
nice.
they do look cool. Emily stayed here one time, and she really liked it.
The headboards are impressive.
They, I don't know if there's a button. They do the fireworks.
Yeah.
When you press it, they all
Kinda
light
like
up with fireworks.
magic.
The Disneyland Hotel, man, I still get a little bit giddy over those. Not so
Yeah.
much the Royal Suite, but the Disneyland Hotel, it's pretty special.
The Royal guest rooms. Yeah.
All that to say, these are hard for me because, like you, I would say at all of these realistically, if that's my option. But I've stayed at moderate resorts in general less than any other tier.
Yeah.
So it's go big or go
Well, it's just
small.
It's like when we got the kids with us, I am Bus Plus guy, and the cheapest I can get Bus Plus is Pop Century. So I generally just do that.
Right.
If it's Leslie and I would be more apt to stay moderate. But a lot of times we're saying DVC or something like that. And, and so I don't know. All that to say, when it comes to Port Orleans, knowing what I know now about the buses and that kind of stuff, I'd pass Riverside and I would stay French Quarter. And I've never stayed French Quarter, but I would stay French Quarter.
I loved French Quarter.
Okay.
Like,
what made you fall in love with it?
All of it, honestly. I loved the size of it. I loved the decor, and they've redone the rooms since then, and the rooms look gorgeous. I think
they do. Yeah, they've gone with the whole like taking out the carpet and doing the LVT or whatever. Flooring.
Yeah, I really like the new look. I think the room is much brighter than it used to be.
How was the noise level? Because one of the things that has kept me from this is like these are basically the same style of buildings, I guess you would say, as like a Pop Century, one of those.
Yeah, they are kind of similar.
But are they quieter? Because
to me, I don't remember
noise problems at all.
I don't either.
Because I mean, like I hear people walking by the door all the time.
Yeah.
Like at Pop Century,
Like,
kids running around like crazy.
Yeah.
Which again,
you keep the curtains closed, you don't notice anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, when we got the kids, like, who cares? But
Yeah.
you don't always want that.
I enjoyed it when we stayed there. It was quiet. It was cool. It's got a really cool vibe to it. It's fun to walk around and look at stuff. I loved the beignets.
Yeah.
I loved the jazz club. I thought that was really cool. I loved the one bus stop.
Yep.
That alone probably is the kicker for me.
Oh, sorry.
Mike just attacked you.
Did you see that?
I did.
I didn't even mean for that to happen. No, the whole bus thing.
Yeah.
That is what knocks Riverside out for me.
Yeah, I think I would be the same thing.
Yeah. Did you guys take the boat to Disney Springs?
We did.
Okay. How was that?
I mean, you can do it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. That's what it's not the fastest way, right?
I will
No.
say it was neat that we also landed like right back around there. I can't remember if that's when we arrived or when we were leaving, when the fireworks show at Disney Springs was happening. Or not the fireworks,
the drone show.
show?
Yeah, we did. We
that'd
did
be
the
cool.
drone show. Yeah.
So it was convenient. Well, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I did the boat. We did the boat from there. Taking the boat to Disney Springs, especially from Port Orleans,
Yeah.
that's a long boat ride down the Sassagoula.
Yeah.
Going from Saratoga, because we did that when we were there.
Okay.
It's not too bad. A few minutes.
Well, I mean, you're across the lagoon.
Yeah,
the
you
lake.
are. You're just right across the lake. Look for scuba divers, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And so that was probably the thing, was the boat ride here was, I mean, it was a solid, I don't know, 20 minutes probably.
It was not short.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
a long boat ride.
And
So-
already my least favorite mode of transportation.
Yeah. And this is probably my least favorite version of the boats anyway.
Was it a pontoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So no friendship boats, anything?
No,
like
no
that?
friendship
Gotcha.
boats. It's
It was
a
bare minimal Disney
Okay.
magic boat.
yeah. It's they exist just
But
to
a drone show just for you.
Yeah,
right?
drone show. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would absolutely, hands down, I would
Yeah.
do French Quarter again. I've never stayed at Riverside personally. I would really like to, just to say I've done it, but it is not particularly high on my list
Yep.
of, because I've done French Quarter. I would do French Quarter again anytime.
Yeah.
No
did
complaints.
Did you stay for an extended stay or just like a night?
Let's see, at French Quarter?
Yeah.
We were there for,
We were there a couple of days.
Yeah,
at
3 or
least.
4 nights.
Yeah.
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah. Because sometimes that changes my mind. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there are some, any of these.
Yes.
Like if I'm flying in and I need a place to stay for a night and then I'm going to transfer,
Yes.
do some of that kind of stuff. Honestly, I don't care.
Sure.
If Disney's in the name, I'm probably
Only
Fine
con I
with
could
it.
even think of, and you would deal with this at other the smaller resorts as well, was that like we got rained out one time, so it's not easy to like go to the
gotcha. To like the main building.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is
But-
true, because you do have to. I mean, but that's true for
Polynesian, Grand
Exactly.
Floridian.
Yeah.
yeah. You know,
Yeah.
pretty much all of them.
All of
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But that's a fair point.
yeah.
Coronado is like the only
Yeah.
one that you don't have that much.
Yeah.
of a
If you're
problem
staying
with
in the
that.
tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, bear in mind, Coronado is a huge resort.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
thousands of
Oh yeah.
rooms
There you
Yep.
that are way far away.
Way.
So speaking of places that I would stay for like a night
Yep.
or two, but probably not more than that, Caribbean Beach. That's
yeah.
one for me. And I know
Did you
this
ever
is-
stay one night?
No.
Yeah. Okay. I remember
No.
the story.
We went, it was for our 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
We went, walked in the room, and I was like, I don't want to stay here.
The same
And
night?
we changed to a different resort.
Yeah.
Now, I know this is one that a lot of people love.
Yeah.
And so I know a lot
We
of
have some
people.
friends. This is the one they go to every time.
Sure. I know people who do the same thing. This is their resort. They love this place.
They should try something else.
You know, the thing
maybe.
is, I will say when we were down there, because I went down a little bit early, and I went over and walked around, just to kind of explore it and just see, because I want to get some good pictures of the Skyliner, stuff like that. And I was like, I'm just gonna walk around and look. It's actually a pretty cool place.
Oh, yeah.
I get it. Walking around there, it's got a cool vibe. I get it.
What do they call them? Do they call them villages there, or is that at Coronado, where they've got like, oh crap, the different islands, right? They're named,
Yes.
the different sections are named after
Yeah.
different islands or whatever. They may not call them villages or neighborhood. I can't think of
Yeah,
what
but
they call them.
that's what they
But
are.
yeah.
They're different sections.
Yeah.
For sure. And honestly, if I had a room that was real close to either the Riviera or the main Skyliner station,
Yep.
I'd probably be totally fine with it. But even then, if you need the bus, you're going to be a long while. I would want to be near the Riviera station
It's a
because I could just go to the
multiple
Riviera
bus
and take the
stop,
bus.
right?
I think so.
Yeah. But you do have the Skyliner.
You do have the Skyliner.
That makes a big difference.
That's true. But you could be, the thing is, you could be close to the main building and you're really far from the Skyliner, or you're close to the Skyliner and you're really far from the main building.
Yeah.
Because Caribbean Beach was built obviously before the Skyliner opened.
Right.
And so, when it was built, they really weren't necessarily thinking about that. And so as a result, this resort is sort of a weird one, just how it lays compared to the Skyliner. It's one for me that I would stay here for like a night or two, but I really don't think I would want to stay here longer than that, especially
Sure.
because when we're just looking at the price of it, for the price, I could stay at pretty much any of the moderate resorts. All the rest of them appeal to me more than Caribbean Beach
Yeah.
does.
The big thing, the appeal to me is the Skyliner.
I agree,
Being on the Skyliner.
but I'm with you. If I want the Skyliner, I'll save the money and go stay at Pop Century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the kicker here for the moderates to me, is that I can save some money and stay at Pop Century, or I could spend a little more money and stay at a deluxe,
Yep.
and that's worth it to me.
Yeah.
Because
And a lot of it depends on who I'm with and
Yeah, for sure.
what we're doing.
For sure.
If I'm staying a week, then I don't know. Maybe a lot of what I'm thinking is where am I going to be going during
Right.
that week? Who am I going to be with?
right, What's the vibe?
what's the vibe? Yeah, you know what I mean, because
Yep.
that could change things
Yeah, for sure.
drastically.
For sure.
So I don't know, and I will stay. We said what, Caribbean? Is that what you said it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I will stay
that's
there
what the
at some
Skyliner
point.
calls
Yeah.
it. Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's official. I will stay there for sure at some point, but it's mostly a pass for me.
It is for me too, and it's really just because it just doesn't really appeal to me very much. It's big. It does have the Skyliner. It's Port Orleans Riverside. Same thing for me.
Same.
It's too big. You know, you can pay for a preferred room. The problem now at Riverside, if you pay for a preferred room, you're close to where you want to be.
You are.
At Caribbean Beach, right now, if you pay for a preferred room, and this is changing next year because they're changing up how they're doing it, but right now, if you pay for a preferred room, you end up away from the Skyliner because the preferred rooms are over near the main building.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of
That is the opposite of the definition of preferred room.
right,
It is,
which is
yeah.
why they're changing them from preferred room to preferred location.
So I wonder, you walked it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're, am I correct in saying that? So there's 2 Skyliner stations.
Yep.
Technically.
Yes.
Are they both on the same side of the lagoon lake waterway
Yes.
that's right there? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were staying in the middle,
Okay.
are you close enough to say like, okay, I'm going to Hollywood Studios, so I'm going to go to this Skyliner station, and I'm going to Epcot, so I'm going to go to this Skyliner station, and bypass.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
except that I would always prefer to go to the main Skyliner station there, where I can go to either Hollywood or Epcot, because the Riviera station, you're waiting for an available Skyliner to come.
Yeah.
So you could do it. And if you were closer to the Riviera station, then it's probably worth it to say, you know, I'll do that.
I just walk over there.
You know, at the same time, like first thing in the morning, if you want to go to Hollywood Studios, because you know all the returning Skyliners are going to be empty anyway.
Sure.
You know, then it's probably worth it to just walk right there. But generally speaking, I would say I would prefer to be near the main one,
Okay.
because anytime you might save, you're probably really going to lose,
That's true.
because you're going to have to wait for one to be available. And they do send like every like 4th or 5th one. I've seen them do that before, where there's one totally empty right there, and they're just going to wait a second and then let that one
Send
go
it on.
empty, so that they know they have every so often they have one to put people in. But I know people who have stayed at Riviera that said, yeah, I waited like, 10 minutes for one.
For an extra. That was not our, when we stayed there, that was not our experience, but
Yeah.
we may have just timed it,
Yeah.
you know. Coronado's the last one.
Yes.
I don't know how much time we have left. We running okay?
Yeah, we should probably.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's hit
One of our
this.
classic, way too long episodes.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Coronado Springs, man, I feel like we're not going to give it the what it's due. My Cliff Notes version is this: if I'm staying in the tower,
Yeah.
sign me up.
Yes.
Sign me up. I will do
100%.
it. It was great,
Yes.
honestly.
The tower is a secret deluxe.
Yep.
You get a signature dining on top of it. You've got
Which, if you stay there,
do it. Toledo.
Go.
Toledo is so good.
go.
You've got a really nice lounge up there, the Dahlia Lounge. Honestly got a nice lounge in the lobby.
Yeah.
Which can't remember what it's called right now, but
Me neither,
You
but it's
got
nice.
you got a really cool restaurant there on the water, like literally out in the middle of the lake.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. Couple other restaurants, couple other lounges. It is a really cool resort. I love Coronado. Especially, I think if you're staying Grand Destino Tower, I think has a really cool romantic vibe to it. I think it's a great place for
Yeah,
couples.
Absolutely. That's the only way I've stayed there. So
There you go. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I think it's a really cool resort, all in all.
the villages,
That's the thing.
as you mentioned, because all the food and all that kind of stuff is really pretty close to the tower.
Yeah. If you're in a
Not in the tower, to be clear.
yeah,
Not the quick
not
service.
all of it. Yeah.
But near there. So you could be walking a long
You could be.
distance.
This is one where it absolutely pays to get the preferred room.
Mm-hmm.
I would never stay here if I don't have a preferred room.
Yeah.
Or if I'm not in the tower. I would personally prefer to be in the tower, but you are paying more for that.
Yeah. But gosh, it's so nice.
It's so
man.
nice, man. But again, I would stay in a preferred room in the villages or casitas or whatever they call them. But I would not stay here if I didn't have that, because you can. I mean, we walked around it when we stayed there, and it's legitimately you can be a easy 15 to 20 minute walk.
Oh yeah.
From the lobby.
It's absurd how sprawled out it is.
I should also caveat my experience with, we stayed one night in Destino Tower.
Yep.
And everything we did was there at the hotel.
Okay.
Like we checked in.
Yeah.
We went to the top of the tower, hung out at the Dahlia Lounge for a bit.
Yep.
We did Toledo.
Yep.
We watched fireworks.
Oh yeah, from Toledo.
I played checkers.
No, not from Toledo, from our room. But
Yeah.
I mean, we could see it, from the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do have checkers and chess outside.
Yeah.
Oh, they did huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we caught a bus to the park the next morning, and that was it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know that I'd stay there for a whole week, but a weekend, I do.
I would if it was me and Emily. I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily stay here with my kids.
I think that's what it comes down to me, for the moderate resorts, and why I don't stay.
I agree.
Because if you're going to stay, like if you're going to be at the resort
Yeah.
I think it makes sense
I agree.
to upgrade to a moderate resort.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're the person that's like, hey, I just want a place to lay my head, you should probably stay at the value resort.
You should save your money.
If you're the person that's like, hey, location is the number one thing to me.
Yep.
Or the, amenities or nice restaurants.
Yep.
Probably deluxe is for you. So
that's the thing. The moderates generally, to me, kind of just don't really fix a problem for me. But again, there are some really nice resorts here, and if you like them, great. I love two of them. I love the other two. I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but I love French Quarter. I love Coronado. I would stay at either one of those anytime.
For sure.
No complaints.
Yeah, I think it's pretty, again, safe to say that moderate resorts definitely take things up a notch. And if you're looking for something different than the value resorts, but you don't want to break the bank, then hey, maybe this is the option for you.
Yeah.
If you've ever stayed at one of these, we'd love to hear about your experience. Maybe one of these is your favorite. Like I said, I know a couple of people that I can think of right now that they always stay moderate, and that's their resort of choice. They love it.
Yeah.
And they go back every year. So, all right. Well, to quickly recap today's episode, we talked about Disney's recent price increases and whether or not guests are still getting what they're paying for.
Yep.
We also played a little game of Pass or Stay, where we discussed Disney's moderate resort offerings. So, as we always like to say, fellow hoppers, it is your turn. We want to hear your thoughts. What did we get right? What did we get wrong? You can reach out to us on social media at
The Park Hopper Society.
There we go. We're on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
So be sure to leave us a comment on there, or just comment wherever you're consuming this content.
Yeah, we'll find it eventually.
Your app of choice. Yeah.
It may legitimately take me a week or two to remember to go check those, but
fine.
I will find it. But if you put it on our Facebook or our Instagram, we will know.
Yeah.
Message us.
All the things.
I respond to all of them.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and or leave a review. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as always, thanks for tuning in to an episode of Park Hopper Society. We'll be back in a couple weeks with another episode, which I'm looking forward to. Lucky episode 13 for us.
Spooky.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So until then, take care and keep hopping.
So long.
Toodles.
Bye-bye.